If you have been thinking about getting an electric water dispenser for your big water bottle and you are not sure which one to pick, stick around because today I am breaking down the 7 best options available in Europe right now. Whether you have got a large office-style jug or the typical 5 to 8 liter bottles from the supermarket, there is something here for you. All the links are down in the description. Let us dive in. We are kicking things off with the EasySpeed 023, and this one caught me off guard. It packs a 1200 mAh battery that lasts ages, but what really sets it apart is the dual speed pump. Think about it. You are filling a teacup and you need the water to come out gently. No splashing, no little waterworks on your countertop. You hit the slow mode and it is perfect. Now you need to fill a whole pot for pasta, switch to fast mode, and it is done before you know it. That kind of flexibility in the kitchen is genuinely useful. It also ships with 2 universal adapters that fit anything from 3-liter bottles up to 20-liter jugs. And this is not just about compatibility, because when the dispenser sits tight on the bottleneck, the motor vibrations do not rattle against the plastic. The result is noticeably quieter operation compared to models that just sit loosely on top and buzz away. The only thing worth noting is that the spout stays exposed when idle, so if you keep it near the stove, throw a cloth over it. But for everyday kitchen use, this thing is a real winner. Now, if you buy 5 or 8 liter water bottles from the supermarket, the Mirtika is going to change your routine completely. The big issue across much of Europe is that popular brands like Fontvella or Bezoya use 38 or 48 mm bottlenecks, and generic dispensers simply do not fit them properly. The Mirtika comes with adapters engineered specifically for those diameters. It weighs just 210 grams, practically nothing, so it does not crush or deform the thin plastic necks on budget bottles. The stainless steel spout has an anti-drip system that actually works. No puddles on your counter after every glass. It also features an LED ring that lights up while dispensing, which seems like a small detail until you get up at 3 in the morning, dying of thirst, and you do not have to blast the kitchen light just to pour water. Compared to the EasySpeed, the Mirtika does not offer dual speed, but in exchange it is incredibly lightweight and purpose-built for the bottle formats we actually buy here in Europe. One thing to watch: if you stuff the silicone tube folded inside a small bottle, the flow drops significantly. The trick is to trim it to the exact length of your bottle and you are golden. Looking for something more advanced and especially hygienic? The Yish Y105S plays in a completely different league. This one has a folding spout that tucks into itself when not in use, shielding the water outlet from dust, insects, and whatever else might be floating around. The battery is outstanding, between 70 and 80 days on a single USB Type-C charge. But what really makes it special are the 5 preset dispensing modes with exact volumes: 150, 250, 350, 500, and 1000 milliliters. And it remembers the last one you selected. Picture this. Every morning you make coffee with the same mug. You press the button once, walk away to grab your phone, and when you come back, the mug is filled perfectly with not a drop spilled. For camping, it is phenomenal, because when you are managing limited water on a multi-day trip, dispensing precise amounts without waste is incredibly valuable. The hose port uses a threaded spiral connection, so no more wrestling with cold fingers trying to force rubber onto a nozzle. All that technology does mean more moving parts, and the folding hinge could need attention over time, but for what it delivers, it is absolutely worth it. Now for something entirely different. The Kitchen Boss KG105 is built for anyone who wants a dispenser that actually looks good in the kitchen. Silver finish that resembles brushed steel, 330 grams of solid build quality, and the largest battery on this list, 1400 mAh with up to 80 days of standby. Important technical detail: while cheaper dispensers lose pressure once the battery drops below half, the Kitchen Boss delivers consistent flow all the way until it runs flat. No sad trickle towards the end of a charge. It also has a folding spout like the Yish, so you can toss it in a bag for a picnic without worrying about snapping anything. Imagine a Sunday barbecue at the park, you pull the jug out of the boot, pop the Kitchen Boss on top, and you have got a sleek portable tap that does not look out of place, even in the group photo. One caveat though, the hose is cut for 19-liter jugs. If you use smaller bottles, you will need to trim it, otherwise it coils up and the flow sputters. Small adjustment, big difference. And now, the powerhouse. The Pug Top does not have one motor, it has 2. A dual pump system running in parallel that generates between 40 and 60 psi and pushes water at 0.67 gallons per minute. To put that in perspective, it fills a full liter in under 30 seconds. If your household is large or you work in an office where there is always a queue at the water bottle, this is a game changer. It has a smart sensor that cuts the motor if the jug runs dry or it has been idle for 3 minutes, preventing burnout, which is literally the #1 killer of these devices. Compared to the Kitchen Boss, it will not win beauty contests, but in raw power, there is no comparison. And here is the interesting part. The workload splits between 2 motors, so each endures half the wear. Paradoxically, the most powerful option might also be the most durable. It runs a touch louder than single motor units, but that is a fair trade for that speed. If you work from home and spend hours at your desk, the Balashov is going to blow your mind. This one does not sit on top of the bottle at all. It is a standalone tower you place on your desk, connected to the jug by a long silicone tube. Hide the jug under the desk, inside a cupboard, wherever you like, and the dispenser sits right next to your keyboard. 2 touch buttons, 300 milliliters and 1000 milliliters. Set your mug on the base, tap, and keep working without getting up. I tried it on my bedside table and it is next level. You wake up at night, reach over, tap, and you have water without turning on a light or leaving the bed. The motor is so quiet you can refill your glass during a video call and nobody will notice. For elderly users or anyone with reduced mobility, it is a massive improvement because you do not hold the glass in the air while pressing a button, you just rest it on the base and the machine does everything. The only downside is the tube running from desk to floor is visible, but a cable channel or routing it behind the desk leg sorts that out. And we close with the EasySpeed 407, the no-nonsense version of the 023. Same 1200 mAh battery, same universal adapters, but no dual speed, no lights, no screens, no extras. 1 button, 1 motor, water. That simplicity carries a real technical advantage. Without complex circuits or capacitive sensors, it is far more resistant to moisture. If you need a dispenser for the garage, the workshop, the patio, or anywhere humid, this is the one least likely to fail. It is not pretty or sophisticated, but it works every single day without complaint. And when something just works without asking anything in return, that has real value. So, to wrap up, if you cook a lot and need flexibility, the EasySpeed 023 with its dual speed is your best bet. If you buy bottles at the supermarket, the Mertica with its regional adapters is your direct solution. For camping or situations where hygiene and water control matter, the Yeesh Y105S with its folding spout and 5 modes is unbeatable. If you want something premium for the Kitchen Boss KG105. For offices or busy households where speed counts, the Pug Top with its dual motor dominates. If you work remotely or want water within reach without moving, the Balashov changes everything. And if you want something reliable with zero fuss, the EasySpeed 407 more than delivers. All the links are in the description. If this helped, subscribe and I will see you in the next one.